Last year when Eli did the sprints, he had kind of bulked up and didn't really fit the mold that we were looking for the 500 freestyler. Paid off. His sprinting improved tremendously this season. And one thing about this guy is he loves to race. He was part of our 4x50 freestyle relay, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I updated the top 10 times. The 4x50 freestyle relay that we swam at league finals was the 10th fastest time in Mission Viejo high school history. He is one of the most respectful athletes I've ever coached and a role model for our younger swimmers. A varsity letterman for the second year, CIF qualifier, participant in the 4x50 freestyle relay, and a scholar athlete with a 4.0 GPA. The next one is Maisie Chua. All right, this is the guy that all the coaches go, all right, where are you putting Minzy? They want to know where he's lining up and where he's swimming. He is a varsity letterman for the 4th year. He is a CIF qualifier in 10 of 11 events, league champion in the 200 IM and second in the fly. 4th place is CIF in the IM and breaststroke. Over his 4 years, he has top 10 times in 6 events, including breaking the oldest record on the board in the 100 fly in 1979. He also set the 200 IM record, breaking that one from 1992. Still going here. All-American in the IM 100 fly and All-American consideration in the 100 breaststroke. He is a scholar athlete with a 4.2 GPA. Now, before we go any further, I do want to do something here because I've had people ask me questions about Minzy. I'm going to put you on the spot, Minzy. Because we see what Minzy does, we see him swim at meets, but we want to know who is Minzy. So there's been some questions that we're going to be asking you, Minzy. We're going to do an interview. You ready for this? Okay, here we go. So, Minzy, when you are not swimming, what do you like to do for fun?
I just sleep and play video games.
Okay. Next question. What is your favorite type of music?
Whatever's on the radio.
Just keep it simple, all right? If you weren't a swimmer, what other sport would you want to do?
I don't know. Maybe track and field.
There you go. Favorite post-meet meal?
Probably a nice steak and mashed potatoes.
And then the most important question, you might break some enemies with this one. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Yes or no?
No.
Next person up, Nick Tran. This guy has one of the best sense of humor on the team. This guy is always laughing, always having a good time. He made practice fun. He made it fun for me to coach. He had one job this season, which he accomplished most of the time. And that was to bring a speaker to practice on Friday so that we could listen to some music. He bought into the training, was a huge part of our team. He improved tremendously in the 1500 freestyle as well in the breaststroke. I only got to coach him at the varsity level for 1 season. I'm truly going to miss this guy next year. He was awesome to coach. Varsity letterman, CIF qualifier, and a scholar athlete with a 3.87 GPA.
Yeah!
And Dimino. A couple years ago, I pulled Andrew up for varsity to swim at league finals. And he struggled with the big meet experience and didn't perform really well as a sophomore. He learned from that. He changed last year and took ownership of the 1500 freestyle. This season he trained hard and listened to instruction. He has probably the fastest start reaction time I've ever seen in a swimmer. The way he gets off the block is phenomenal, and if you watch him swim a 50 freestyle, it's good for about 1/4 to a half body length just from the start. It makes the other guys play catch up right off the start. I knew he had something special. I actually pulled him aside at the Los Al meet and I looked at him, I go, hey, Andrew, I think you're a 46.5 guy. This is early in March. And he kind of looked at me funny, he goes, you know, you couldn't believe it. The wheel started to roll, and when he ended up the season, he ended up going 46.55 on the flat start for the 100 freestyle. He was also part of that 4x50 freestyle relay, which is the 10th fastest in history. Also, Minzy Chu was part of that group as well. He is officially, I looked back at the records, he is officially the fastest swimmer I have ever coached, going to 20.81, anchoring our 4x50 freestyle relay. He's a varsity runner for the second year staff qualifier, participant in the 1500 freestyle and the 4x50 and 4x100 relays. Taylor Renzi.
Go Papi! Papi Gino!
Coach Molina always talked about his work ethic and his toughness. This translated to the pool. He didn't want to swim the 100 freestyle this year. He goes, Coach, can I swim the 50? And I said, sure, let's go ahead and do it. And we got the space to move around. He stepped up big time with that, and especially in the 100 breaststroke at league finals. He absolutely crushed it in league finals, going to 103 in the 100 breaststroke. And that definitely helped us beat Trabuco Hills at league finals. He was part of that 4x50 freestyle relay. That was the 10th fastest in school history. He's a 4th year on varsity and a CIF qualifier. I like the choice of shirt, Garrett. That's nice. 3rd year on varsity. He's mainly a fly guy, but is also a big part of our sprint 4x50 relays. Garrett, I don't want this to sound too negative, but he is freakishly strong. A couple years back, Coach AJ, AJ was our strength and conditioning coach, and there was a broken dumbbell. I think it was a 50-pound dumbbell, and just one of the ends was sitting there, and Coach AJ challenged all the guys, if anybody can pick that up with one hand, we'll give them the next practice, have a fun practice the next day. So all the guys were trying to pick it up. I secretly tried to do it without them watching. I failed miserably at it. And meanwhile, Garrett's just kind of standing there. He just reaches over and picks it up and hands it to Coach AJ. We all look at him. He was the favorite swimmer and member of the varsity group. It translated in water polo. It also translated in the pool, in the 100 fly, where he went a 56 in the 100 fly. One thing about Garrett, extremely respectful. Every single time I've coached this guy, every practice, he always walks up and says, thanks, Coach. Since he's a freshman, when he was very last practice as a senior. He's the varsity runner, second year qualifying to participate in our 4x50 freestyle relay. Last but not least, Ty Gruner. He's an IM fly guy, and that's a tough one. That's a great vest. He's an IM fly guy, and that lineup's pretty tough at league finals. He's one of those guys that can handle it. Been on the varsity team for 4 years, a great role model. We often join Coach T's practice on Saturdays to get extra time in. It paid off, going his personal best time as the IM fly. One of our more well-rounded swimmers. Pretty much can put him in any event and know that he would be competitive. He's a varsity letterman for the 4th year and a CIF qualifier. Now for our special awards. All right, our most improved. This one's tough because these guys all improved tremendously over the season. This one guy though really stood out. Every day he came to practice. I knew if he said he didn't feel well or if he was sick, he was serious about it. He wasn't just trying to get out of practice because once he got in the water, he worked his tail off. He bought into the training and it paid off with his results in the 150 freestyle. Our most improved, Andrew Dimino. All right, our most valuable. This is the one guy that the coaches dread. this is the one guy. I told the guys, who's the person that if we didn't have him for a meet that would have the biggest impact on the lineup? And I already mentioned his accomplishments. This is the one guy that the coaches all go, where are you putting him? Because we need to work around him. And they literally will adjust their lineups for this guy to account for his speed. Nancy Chua. And by the way, these awards were voted on by the team here. And the last one we have here is the Spirit of the Diablo Award. This is the one that I instruct the guys, this is the representative. You could put one guy up to represent our program, to represent what it is to be a Mission Viejo High School swimmer, to be like not only just in the pool, but attitude-wise, work ethic, this is the guy. And they chose Garrett Grants.
Yeah!
And we got the last two plaques that we have here are to recognize Minzy Chua for his record-breaking performance in the 100 fly and the 200 IM. I think the kind of the cool story was the very first meet of the season, the way to kick it off. He walks up and goes, "Hey coach, what do I got to do to let you know if I want to go after the record?" I said, "Well, you got your tech suit here?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, if you show up behind the block with the tech suit, we know you're going to go for it." He goes, "I think I'm going to go for it." And he jumps in without anybody pushing him. In fact, his coach Tyler thought it would have been a lot faster because he was so far ahead, he was sort of against the weight of the other guys coming towards him. And if you got a chance to witness that race, it was the oldest record on the book. Broke it by a tenth of a second. The guy that held it was the former, at the time when he set the record, was the reigning world record holder in the 400 IMs, named Jesse DeSayo. I know Coach Schubert called him and let him know, and I know Jesse said, "Well, that's good. Records are meant to be broken. I'm glad it was broken." That's good. So that's for the 100 fly with a 48.9. He improved on that, and then his IM he improved on that, and CIF with a 147.68. Also said it.
Yeah!
All right, we have one, yes, you guys can take a seat. We have one last